coming online is how vastly different people think. It's interesting because you see some type of mentality, certain mentalities are like real prominent in certain areas, but you see all the mentalities in all of the areas, if that makes sense, right? Like, it's not like I came online and found certain people and I'm like, that's new. I've heard some of the things before, but I don't know. It was never the majority. A lot of this traditional thinking. And my question now is, are we learning about each other's differences and appreciation, have appreciation for the diversity that we have? Or are we conforming on a larger scale, right? Because people come online and talk about the way people are supposed to behave as if we live in one neighborhood or something. And we all come from the same family. Like motherfuckers can't have different thoughts or live different ways. I think that's fascinating. So, my bad, y'all. This shit good, too. Damn. Don't have me up here just talking to myself, y'all. Feel free to come up here. So I got to split into regions, right? Because somebody who lives in the Bible Belt, right, is going to have a major, like the deep South, will have, like, it's more likely to have way different views than somebody who lives in like a metropolitan area like New York or something like that, right? Where there's more people. With Greeny, I don't know. Shit. Midwest, yeah. The West, the East, Midwest. Mid-East. Why is it more Midwest and not Mid-East, though? Why is that, y'all? Why is it not Mid-East? Why we got a Midwest, though? That ain't what this live about, but I was just wondering. I just think that's interesting. Yeah, coconut shit that keep me up. On down rabbit holes online, just crazy questions, because I want to know why ain't no Mid-East right now. Like, somebody tell me why is the West a Midwest but no Mid-East? What kind? Who made that decision? Why is it not the middle? Anyways, y'all, don't pay me no mind. Mid-East is West Virginia. Damn, I don't want to go over there. Oh, they got Mid-East. They got it. All right. Yeah, I went to ChatGPT for this one because I ain't surveying a bunch of people. I don't want y'all thinking I went out and surveying people like, where you from and what's your thoughts. Absolutely not. I didn't do that. I don't want y'all thinking that I went to Google Scholar or some type of academic journal and look some shit up. I did not. You understand? I'm gonna be real transparent. I'm telling you my thoughts, and my thoughts led me down a rabbit hole, which led me to AI. And I'm gonna tell you what the AI said. I'm just letting y'all know. When I read this, I'm reading the AI words. Now, I have a tendency of trying to, like, when I read, I'm still reading my voice, right? Some of y'all niggas reading online and shit sound monotone. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. You tell y'all ain't never read a story in front of kids and shit crazy, but I'm just letting y'all know, because I like to give credit where it's due. Anyways, the South, y'all. So they have that's where you see the real traditional people at. That they got that religious patriarchy down in the South, the Bible Belt. Y'all know what I'm saying. Damn, it's 4 people here. Damn, TikTok. What up? See, you leave, you take a couple days off. They treat you like shit. That's crazy. Damn, whatever. Rooted in evangelical Christianity, historical conservatism. Well, Texas is more. Coconut, what do y'all want to talk about the geographic locations? I'm confused. Texas South. Texas big as shit. Like, it's in the Midwest, the Mid-East, and the South. All right. What was I saying? Historical conservatism and agrarian generals. I didn't even look that up. I don't know what they talking about. What's up, Free Me? I believe you, Coconut. Shit, you been in Virginia. North and South can be night and day. That shit crazy. All right, so these some of the things you'll see in the South. What's up, Jess? How you doing? Emphasis on male leadership in the home and church. What's up, Linda? Ain't that some emphasis on male leadership in the home and the church? Y'all niggas down South, right? Y'all can say what y'all want about single mommy homes or whatever, but ain't no niggas in there leading shit. Like, y'all, these niggas be like, that's because you ain't had no man in the home. Actually, I did have a stepfather. And my mother was the leader. The fuck you talking about? My mother was definitely the leader of that home. I don't know where y'all get this shit from, but anyway. Southern Belle culture emphasize femininity. So y'all real feminine down in the South. The South is the fucking blueprint. You debate your dad, Coconut. Oh my god, the Coconut. When I was on Facebook, my Facebook friends dragged my daddy. They dragged that nigga, and I watched. I ain't jump in because I ain't gonna jump in, but I definitely watched. It's just different regions, y'all. It's just the picture. I wanted a colorful background. Don't look too much into it, but it just means a different region. What's another one? High resistance to feminist movements down in the South. That's how y'all is, but that's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all resistant. Anti-abortion laws and restrictions on reproductive rights reflect state-sanctioned control of women's bodies. I keep saying, if you can make babies, you need to move up. I'm just saying. But you can do what you want. So that's the South. Did that sound accurate to y'all? Any of y'all from the South can like validate ChatGPT? That's not me. ChatGPT. Leon, why every time you come in here you talking about a C drama? You talking about it's good. You ain't give no name. I think you lying. That's vague as hell. You just a random C drama. You just no come in here with a good name for something. Otherwise you lying. Facts from Georgia. Alright, that's all I needed. Thank you, Wild Rose. One person. I needed one person to validate it's facts. Fuck it. Y'all take too long to respond. So the Midwest, y'all. Let's talk about the Midwest. It's like Ohio, Iowa, Missouri, and Indiana, okay? So they have this quiet, benevolent patriarchy. I'll be wanting to say benevolent, y'all. Don't judge me. He who shaped the empire. Send that shit to my inbox, man. Don't have me. I'm in the middle of working here, Leon. You gotta send me the link. And listen, we can start a book club. What I was saying. Benevolent patriarchy. Yeah, I used to say benevolent. I don't care. I'm gonna tell y'all. That's what I said. That's what it looked like. That's because I learned how to sound words out. I don't really be remembering words like some people. I don't give a fuck. So it rooted in family values, stoicism. The Midwest motherfuckers, they be repressing, and rural conservatism. Rural conservatism is crazy. Chicago is its own state. Is crazy. So in the Midwest, you're going to see gender roles are reinforced through community expectations rather than overt control. Y'all got soft patriarchy. That's fucking crazy. Women often manage households but defer decision making to men. What? Somebody from the Midwest, what is going on? Women often manage households. Oh no, I just read it. Damn, feminism may be seen as disruptive rather than like a liberation thing, liberatory. Feminism is disruptive. It is, and it's supposed to be. It's a good thing. Chicago is a blue city. The rest is red. A lot of red states like that. Think of Atlanta. I don't know. Atlanta be on some shit. They be on that black Republican shit over there. I don't know. I'm not from Atlanta. In workplace, sexism is normalized through subtle microaggressions rather than outright hostility. Anybody here from the Midwest? Is this true? You hated it. Y'all gotta move. Is this true? Midwest people, is this true? Does it sound like home? Does this sound like home? Y'all, it's patriarchal as fuck, but it's subtle. Like the South don't give a fuck. They gonna say that man in charge. And they talking about submission down there. But in the Midwest, they submitting but not saying that. Is that what's going on? I'm talking to y'all Midwest. Damn, 9 people, ain't nobody from the Midwest. They moving the fuck out. Unfortunately, all right, we got 2 of them. That's facts, y'all. The Northeast, y'all. You don't see it, Linda? Only there for 3 hours is crazy. The Northeast, that's my home, y'all. I grew up in the Northeast. That's that blue area, right? The blue area is home. The rest of the country fucking crazy. That's what I grew up thinking. I'm just letting you know. Liberal patriarchy. I ain't never heard no shit like that. Man, ChatGPT just be making shit up. I'm telling you, I think ChatGPT be just making shit up. What is liberal patriarchy? Institutional power and elitism. Yeah, shout out to the East Coast. My bad, y'all. I just stuffed some food in my mouth. Let me chew it down. Alright, men support. Oh, that's gonna register, y'all. Men support progressive causes but still dominate leadership positions. Oh. Let me be quiet. Because I know exactly what that is. Not right. I don't know where they got it from. I don't know. That's why we check here. Damn, y'all. Progressive. The men support the cause, but they still dominate leadership positions. Don't that sound crazy? Don't that sound familiar? Woke and quotation marks. Male allies may weaponize feminism for social capital. My bad. I need to come out here and hydrate. This not gonna fit. Can you pass it out the bottle in here? I'm dying of thirst. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey Drika. Men voted for the women to have a right to vote. Yeah, y'all love weaponizing that shit. Damn, not you proving it in real time. Y'all love weaponizing that shit. Damn, not you saying we even because you placed the vote in back in '92. That's crazy. Damn, that's good. All right, what's the next one? Women are expected to be high achievers and emotionally supportive. Northeast, is that true? Are we expected to be high achievers? Are we expected to be the breadwinners and give up the emotional labor? Are we doing both? Because I just told y'all, there was no doubt in my mind that my mama ran the house. No doubt in my mind. Bruiser, what you talking about? Come up here. Look, we love the ops over here. We need a man. We a woman looking for a man to lead. Come on up here, sir. I'm a hot mess, y'all. I'm trying to eat and do this live.
I'm here.
What's up, Brewster?
Hey, how you doing, Terra JS? How you feel today?
Do I know you?
You don't know me. That's why I had to read your name.
We got the Southwest and we got the West Coast left, y'all. Don't go yet. What you want to say, Brewster?
No, it was just that comment about the progressiveness and all of that stuff. And, you know, we was on them plantations together, so we both oppressed. So I don't do the gender war.
Hold up. No, you confused. You confused.
Well, let me speak for myself. I don't know what race you are, so I'm just gonna speak for myself. I apologize. I don't mean to do that because I don't know what you are.
What race you think I am? What race you think I am?
I don't know. I don't know what you identify as, so I shouldn't have did that. Apologies.
Why you talk like you scared? Like, so just say this shit.
What you mean? I don't want to identify you, and you don't. I don't know what you identify as. You might be biracial. You might be Latina. I don't know what you're doing. So I shouldn't have said that.
You sound scared. Well, go ahead.
I'm talking about BLK women and BLK men. If you part of that, then you part of that. No disrespect. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you a nigga. You sound like a nigga to me. But go
That that's
ahead.
that's see, that's what we doing. That's the problem out here. That's what our women are doing out here. That's the problem right there. That's it. Yep. That's what we doing.
Sound like a nigga
That's
to
what
me.
we
Go
doing.
ahead.
But yeah, like I said, we was. I don't do the gender thing. We was all oppressed together. Black men don't have the power or the privilege to give you any extra rights because we was being oppressed together. So, you know, that was my point when you was talking all that progressive and all of that and all that divide. I just had to come up and say my piece. That's where I'm at.
Hold up. Point to me when I talk about the divide.
Say what?
What did I say about the divide?
You when you were saying that men support progressive behavior, but women have the less leadership role. So you were suggesting that we don't support we don't support women to be leaders, but we don't have the power as black. I was talking about our community. Hopefully, that we
So
don't have
real
the power
quick.
to make you
Hold
a
up.
leader.
So real quick, because I gave a disclaimer in the beginning that I do a lovely job of like reading with inflection because I was reading, so just so you know. So you're not arguing with me, you arguing with the AI. But go ahead and tell the AI about it. So
It came out your mouth.
yeah, I know.
So what you talking about AI? Came out your mouth.
No, I'm telling you what the AI said.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't. You should have said AI said. You just said it. So I was just saying
No,
what
no,
I
no,
heard out of
sir,
your mouth.
sir, sir. Chill out, sir. I'm just telling
I'm
you.
I am totally chill. I am super chill. I just don't want you to deflect it to AI when I heard you say it out your mouth. So
No, that's
you
fine.
trying
I
to
did say
deflect it
it,
now.
sir. What's up, Tim? Go ahead, Drika. He not saying nothing. That's the Northeast who was just talking about though. What's up, Drika?
Hey Tara. Hey everybody. Um, Lord,
My reading skills is on like he just validating me. I feel good, y'all.
on point, yeah. I agree, Tara. I think you the top reader. Um
I want to stick a.
a gold star sticker. But yeah, your views definitely differ based on your location. I guess he was to me, I'm just thinking in general, but it seemed like he took it, he took what you were saying is it being like specifically about men and women. But
Yeah, he confused.
yeah, but like in general, yeah, of course the way you view things is gonna change. There's different cultures, there's different experiences people have depending on where you're at. So growing up in the South, my views are definitely gonna be different. So
Yeah, so
mhm.
AI said that whole leader household submissive wife shit came from y'all.
Right, the antebellum South, this whole like
Niggas in the South got the internet and didn't know how to act. Like, I don't know. Y'all need to go back to having fucked up internet. I don't know. That shit spread like wildfire.
wildfire. Because there's places, and it's like what they're performing is literally the antebellum South. Everything they're doing is of that culture, like that type of culture. I'm gonna say the culture of the South, and I'm even thinking about like how Southern folk are so nice, nasty. Like that is a very unique thing to see. It's like you're playing this role like I'm hospitality, I'm this, and then you'll vote for you know who. So yeah. Um
But I think also this why I got smoked for the covert. So because I'm from the Northeast, so of course I'm gonna have smoke for the covert. Them niggas who say that shit outright, like that shit, like you just exposed yourself. But them coverts, I grew up around them niggas. I know them from a mile away. They sitting on the panel.
Covert is worse. I'd rather you be
It is.
that's
You
why
throwing
that's
shade,
why
ma. Now you
hold
throwing
on.
shade. I caught that. I caught that little shot. Go ahead.
Oh,
No, Brian, it's not shade.
he
I'm
from the
clearly
southeast
talking to
too.
you.
He from the southeast too.
I'm from
I
the
mean the
Northeast. I'm
northeast.
from New
I
York.
meant
I'm from New
Northeast,
York.
Northeast.
I know
I
you from the
know.
north. I misspoke. I
No,
was
no,
in a
no, no,
different.
no, no, no. You're right. It is the southeast. Like You got that southern. You got that southern mentality, though.
Well, my family from the South. Yeah, my roots
Yeah,
is
there you
South, but
go. So,
I'm from New York.
so you need to validate her because that's what you were saying. You right. You right. I was wrong. You was right. It's the southeast. I was trying to figure out where the mid east at. Drika. I couldn't
I
find it
caught that
at.
little shot though, Terror. I caught that shot. I'm gonna hold that though. I'm gonna hold that. Carry on.
Yeah, not carry on. That's definitely a southern term.
This
Um,
nigga southern.
this nigga from the south. Um, but I did want to say that scene from Sinners when Stack was like he rather fuck with the devil he know than the devil he don't. That's a big thing, and that's one thing that is unique about the South is that some of the stuff it's a lot of nice nasty, but it's way more overt. Like even a nice nasty is overt. A lot of the northeast, midwest, whatever it's called, a lot of that I don't be liking that covert shit. I be wanting to know what time it is. I be needing to know. So that's definitely your boy.
When I think about nice nasty, I think about I can't remember that lady name, but Craig mother from Friday.
Yes, yep,
When
yep.
she
She
was
got
like,
that.
"Hey girl, okay," like that's that nice. That's what I think every time I hear nice nasty.
That's some of it. Yeah, yep. Definitely.
Tam, Tam, you want to say something? Because I got two more reasons to talk about. I think it's two.
Hey y'all, I came to be a pick me for the
Oh, you
Southeast.
about to get the fucking cussed out. But go ahead.
I actually would like to advocate for Virginia. We different.
Hold up. Virginia, like five different states. What part of Virginia
Hey,
you talking about?
I'm from the 757 Southeast.
I don't know what the. All right,
I said
southeast. I don't
Southeast.
know. So the south.
The Southeast though, that's the
Why are you
beach.
trying to distinguish yourself from the rest of
Because I
the south?
have to pick me right now. I have to.
Sam said she from the southeast, southeast.
It's
Let that
different.
let that girl cook. Let that girl cook. Go
It's
ahead, girl. Let that
different.
girl
We
cook.
different. But you're right. Virginia got like 5 different states in one. It's
Hold up. Another one
Hold
about to
on,
come up
wait.
here. What part you
I'm just
from?
coming up to keep you honest. Because it's Bayside on the phone right now, okay? It's
oh
Bayside OD, even though
yes.
I say this all that. So I'm going to go on mute. I'm just going to make sure we
Well,
stay
y'all just
accurate. But
making
go
I
up
ahead,
love
parts of.
it.
Bass.
She's
Y'all
seven
just
five
making
seven
up parts
too,
of
but
Virginia. That shit
I'm Virginia
crazy.
Beach though, 757. She Virginia Beach 757, yeah. You
Yeah,
talking about
that's what I
Bayside,
said.
Bayside?
Bayside.
Love
Bayside.
it.
That's my high
Tell
school.
them Virginia is 5 different
Look at
states. The
how happy y'all
southeast
found each other. Hold up, ma'am.
southeast is different. We southeast. Like
And tell us
we're
about southeast.
different. Huh?
We want to hear about southeast.
It's different.
All right, what's different about it?
Well, we're a melting pot for the most part. Like you have different cultures there. We're a military town, military area. So we get exposed to multicultural experiences, food, people, viewpoints, all that very early on, opposed to a lot of other people in Virginia. Like anything past Lynchburg, for the most part, west, no, they don't get that same experience. The Northern Virginia area, like Nova, will probably get that experience, but there's a little bit of indoctrination going on up there sometimes with a little bit of them people who are immigrants. They they fall right into the trope. And then mid Virginia, like Richmond, Petersburg, all of them, they're a little different as well. They don't get the same type of exposure, but they do get some level of exposure. I just say Southeast is a bit different and unique because when you think of the industries we have there too, next to the cultural experience, it's unmatched. Keep me honest, Dark Horse.
I don't know. You saying it's unmatched,
No,
but
they dropped them. They dropped them people out right there.
And that's true
what's
too.
unmatched about it though? Like,
I just
The cultures coming together is true because we have all branches of the military and multiple bases of each branch in our area. So we're the largest like military area on the East Coast. However, however, yes, it brings the different cultures and different people from all over, but the military is highly patriarchal, highly hierarchical. So it still comes with that attitude of
okay, y'all
men
problematic
still
on
run
here.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. That was where it started, right there. Roanoke. I heard. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk
Roanoke
about
is
the
not
West Coast real quick.
Southeast.
Are we ready for the West Coast or?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know them niggas over there, but okay.
Like the West Coast, California, Oregon, and listen, it's Oregon. Don't say nothing else. That's what it is. In Washington, so they have a new age spiritual patriarchy. I like what the fuck. This the AI making up shit. So this rooted in the tech industry dominance, wellness culture, and liberal identity politics, right? So men present as emotionally involved. While so I want y'all to think about them niggas in the West Coast when I'm reading this, okay? Men present as emotionally evolved while still holding power.
Jesus.
Damn AI. Polyamory and divine masculine language can mask control tactics. I don't know what y'all talking about. I gotta think about that one.
I know what it
The
means.
wellness industry often centers men enlightenment over women's safety, and what the fuck? Gender fluidity is embraced socially, but decision making power often remains with men. What y'all think of the West Coast? The West Coast on some other shit.
I think that the West. I think that when they said a bunch of words to get all for them to turn around, all for it to simply be, it is a very hyper masculine environment that is covered in. I'm progressive, and they use this idea of being progressive as a way to have access to more women, and it also allows them to kind of hide some of their more insidious behaviors that you might see in the South or you might see on the East Coast, like the fact that they love glory holes, the fact that they love punks, the fact that they love the girls, the fact that they love all those things. They can kind of hide it over there and be just because everybody's open and free and loving and so I'm not doing nothing. I'm just painting my nails. No, nothing. Me and the boys gonna paint our nails and we're gonna do a podcast. No shade, no tea. You know what I'm saying? Heavy on the tea, but and that's what it is. That's what it boiled down to. That's how I look at it. It's really just them dressing up the typical misogyny that we see. It is just a little bit more hidden because they are using this progressive talk to have more access to women. It's like kind of the worst of the worst. If you
It's interesting when they talk about progressiveness, they're comparing themselves to the South. It's not like they've progressed. It's not like this is where we used to be and this is where we at now. It's like no. Look at them niggas down in the South. They saying these things. We ain't saying those things. Even though it looked the same. Right? It looked the same. We don't know how we got there. Shit still looked the same. But we ain't saying it the way they saying it over there. It's different.
I want to disagree a little bit.
What part?
Slightly, the progressive part, because progressives are different from radical leftists. And when the states, I'm assuming the states that they're considering the West are that orange group, right?
Them niggas over there.
Okay, so I think of like Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, Montana, Nevada. When you look at their politics, they're not very progressive at all, actually. They're actually quite stunted. California is not progressive either. They're what you would consider as like a radical leftist, in my opinion, which is actually very dangerous. They err on the side of, yep, I understand all LGBTQ, I'm all these, and like Drika said, or who's saying Drika? Mia said, they're dangerous because they play into that trope while upholding the patriarchy, also upholding racism. When you look at how that region voted in particular, they're not with progression at all. Really.
What the hell was that?
Wait, what'd I do?
It's fucking adorable.
Oh, it was a gift.
You did nothing. Thank you, Dark Horse. That's cute.
Because I think of like California in particular, right? Like they're okay as long as the progression has nothing to do with minorities. There are still large pockets of California that are in particular racist. When you think of fintech or finance bros or just the tech industry altogether over there, it's very, very whitey boy to whitey boy. So progressive, they wouldn't be. Progressive, that's like a Northeast, in my opinion, type of vibe. They are radical leftists. veganism is everything. If you eat meat, you're like they're insanely
They throw
extremist
some
while
red
also
paint on your
maintaining their
coat.
racism. Huh?
They throw some red paint on your leather bag and shit.
Right.
They don't.
Yeah, and then some of their ideals are just extremely to the left. Like they're not really progressive at all. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't see them as progressive. The definition of progressive. That's just
Well, they
me.
didn't technically say progressive. They said a spiritual. They said spirit. Progressive was the Northeast.
Yeah.
It was more liberal, whereas more spiritual in the West Coast, which is crazy. I'm gonna read the Southwest real quick, and then
Okay.
everybody can respond. So the Southwest would be Arizona, New Mexico, parts of Texas, and California. Um, hmm. All right, so that dominant form is machismo. Am I saying that right? Machismo.
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 Nope.
Machismo.
You fucking it up.
Machismo.
You fucking
Yep.
it up on purpose.
I wish. Infused patriarchy. So this is rooted in Latinx cultural norms, Catholicism, and border politics. All right. So you honor it has honor and family hierarchy are central with men expected to protect and lead. Why the men always at the top? What? Women often held to standards of modesty, obedience, and sacrifice. Damn. Patriarchal masculinity is tightly tied to ethnicity and national identity, and immigrant women may face compounded gender based and systematic oppression. What y'all think about that, y'all?
Damn.
That's pretty accurate as fuck. Because what they don't want you to really know about that area is it's a little bit more diverse than people think, or else they wouldn't be hoping to suspend elections and all that other shit that they trying to do now, gerrymandering they ass off. But for whatever reason, the minorities that move in that space, they still fall victim to that patriarchal, like white patriarchy. Like it's a very odd contrast, but for the most part, that area is pretty diverse.
And one more thing it said was there's the urban and rural divide, no matter where you are. So if you are from an urban area, patriarchy is often more covert, masked by inclusion and diversity language. Yet men dominate boardrooms, politics, and media. And then in rural areas, more overt forms of patriarchy dominate traditional family values, rigid gender norms, and resistance to change. Dan, what is it about being isolated that have these niggas with audacity? That shit crazy.
Get to you when you call 911 for 45 minutes, you be under live.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
The other thing I don't like about that area, especially the white people in that area, I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. They love to benefit from the cultural foods and experiences that people bring there, but then they rename them, like they repackage them. Tex-Mex, like, are we being serious? Like
What's Tex-Mex?
the Texas version of Mexican food, which is basically watered down Mexican food to fit the white girl palate.
And
What's wrong with
it
that?
ain't and notice it ain't Mex Tex.
Exactly.
Tex goes first. But
They
yeah,
do a hell
and
of a job to suppress cultural.
What's wrong with that?
Just say you don't like seasoning in your food.
and
Damn.
the the isolation too is
Like, white
there's
people
no
put
neighbor.
seasoning on their food.
Hold that Trey. Let Dark Horse land.
I was going to say too, with isolation, nobody can get to you, and you don't have neighbors. You don't have somebody downstairs saying what the hell is going on upstairs, that kind of sort of thing. Ain't no police patrolling the area and looking out for you, what have you. So there's that isolation too, where a lot of things can take place, and they're supposed to police themselves, quote unquote. But we know what that looks like in a small town. The sheriff is your husband's brother.
You're right, Dark Horse. They've done a hell of a job down there pushing them people, like literally herding them to specific cities and areas to fit their motives. And then, like you said, putting their cousin's like brother as the sheriff to watch them. It's almost kind of like a prison.
But it's also another thing too, more people, so it's more I would think competition. I don't know because it just seems like it's interesting how in the urban areas the men they got a mask. They can't say it outright. Them niggas in the rural areas like whatever you gonna be stuck with me regardless. But what you think about the prison, Tam?
That's a whole nother story. But I want to talk about because you just brought up something about masking, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard something about Houston men in particular.
What's wrong with Houston?
Is it true that there's a lot of DL there?
I thought that was Atlanta.
I heard
I think
both.
I'm gonna
Houston
tell
is
you.
like
I'm gonna tell you. I
the
think it.
fourth largest city, so it's not that there's a lot. I think Houston has moved up on the map, and it's one of the largest cities in the U.S. I know it's like in the top five.
That makes sense. Okay.
I feel like it ain't even. It's not even a Houston thing. When you find these niggas at around each other, they got the DL. Wherever motherfuckers live around each other, they doing DL shit. The only man ain't DLing is the one who live alone. Go ahead, Trey.
Nigga, that don't
What
even
was your
make
DL story? Go. You say what you say?
that don't even make sense. You said if men live together, that means they on some DL shit.
Yeah, tell us about your DL story.
Bro, that's not how that works.
Why? Because it's DL. That makes sense. What you want to say about the prom?
I don't think that's true. I mean, I'm not no content creator, but pretty much on your content just get pushed out to whoever.
What I started a live and I was gonna follow up with a question about that part. But essentially, now that we have access to each other online and certain views seem like to be the loudest one, do we essentially have like this conformity to like these conservative views on a mass scale, or are we leaning more progressive? Because it's like, yeah, it's like you spend a lot of time talking to motherfuckers online. And again, it's just because you live in the Northeast don't mean you're not showing signs of the South. And just because you're in the South don't mean you're not showing the similar signs to the California or the West Coast or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I'm just wondering how social media kind of interrupts that.
What are you talking about? I'm confused.
Man, I can't talk to these y'all dumbass niggas. What you talking about?
Who the
Can I
fuck a
add
dumb?
something
Who
to
the
what
fuck
he
a
said?
dumbass nigga though? Who the
He
fuck
ain't
a
talking about
dumbass
nothing.
nigga? Who the fuck a dumbass nigga? All I ask is, can you please help me understand what you're talking about?
You slowing down the conversation.
Nigga, what you said ain't made no fucking sense.
Anyway,
Do you
Tara,
want to just listen some more, Trey? I think that would be good.
I'm
Maybe just
saying,
listen.
Where
what's
you
the
from? Where you
basis?
from, Trey? Trey, where you from?
I'm from up north. I'm from northeast.
Or you one of them? You one of them covert niggas?
What do you mean covert, nigga?
What you think about the man leading the household and all that?
That's exactly what's supposed to happen.
Did you think that after being online talking to other men, or is that something you grew up learning, but y'all ain't really y'all like insinuated, but like y'all ain't really say it?
What you mean? No, it's not about insinuation. That's how the household is. That's who the leader is, typically for the
Like, do
most
y'all
part.
have to say it, or it just happened that way?
I mean, if it needs to be said, it could be said. You don't really got to say it, but shit, if it needs to be said, if niggas are getting out of place like
Yeah,
you,
that
but
part right there. When you
you
said
one of
niggas
the
got it,
ones, you the one of the ones that nigga got to get loud like, man, I'm the motherfucking leader in here.
no, ain't no nigga in my house. But this is what I'm saying. You said you ain't got to say it. What you mean by that?
It'll naturally take its course, but at the same time, some of y'all be wilding. So it's like,
All right,
I
you ain't
don't,
going through none of that. So when you said, because that was real aggressive what you just said. So you saying that like women who think like me, men become more aggressive?
no, I'm saying
That's what it sounded
no,
like.
no, no, no. What happens is there's a lot of women that are aggressive and they push men
No. What you meant? Why that man yelling at me, talking to me like that? What's up with him?
because y'all be yelling at him like that. And y'all think a lot of women think like they safe because you can't, you feel me? They safe because of their gender.
Cause they what?
Because of their gender.
What do you mean by that?
Like, have you ever seen women provoke man because they know like a man won't do anything to them?
No. Say the whole part though.
What do you mean?
See that covertness is fucking you up. So you saying
It's
that
no covertness. What do you mean?
women who are assertive, a nigga going like
No,
he
not
gonna get aggressive
assertive.
with you.
No, not
No,
assertive.
that's
Women
what
that
you
are
said.
aggressive. I said aggressive. Women that are aggressive.
No. Women who are assertive, niggas won't get aggressive with them.
No, it's not about being assertive. It's about being aggressive.
No, assertive.
See, that's the thing. You think those two are synonymous? They're not the same thing.
I didn't say they were.
Well, I said aggressive, and you're swapping it out with assertive. So you must think that they mean the same thing.
That doesn't mean no. It could be that we have two opposing views.
I mean, okay. So look, do you think that in no case at all a man never has to say that? Like it should never be said. There's no line that could be crossed. It's no time where a boundary needs to be set.
I mean, I feel like if you gotta yell out that you're the leader, you already failed at being a
You got
leader.
man. I'm the
What I'm saying
motherfucking
is,
man in
it
this
sounds
house.
like, hold up, it sounds like you saying that women who are assertive, men will be more aggressive with them. That's what you said.
Nah. What I was trying to explain is that some women can be overly aggressive towards men, and men.
Assertive,
No, not. Okay, so what do
assertive.
you think? Okay, so let's get to the basics. What do you think assertive is?
I know what assertive is.
So what do you like? What
No,
what?
I'm saying that women who are assertive, men tend to be more aggressive with them.
So what's your example of assertive?
The one you just used.
I didn't give an example.
No. Why that man reacting like that?
See, you don't you want to ask why that man acting like that, but you don't want to ask what is the woman acting
I don't
like.
need to act. I'm trying to get you to expand on what you said.
I'm expanding, but I can't get past your biased viewpoint.
No,
And
or
it
maybe
seems
you
like
have a
you
bias
just want to
point.
stay in a bias instead of making it genuine.
Is it possible that you being a hypocrite right now?
How am I being a hypocrite?
You saying I'm being biased. You being
Yeah, you are.
biased.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to speak clearly, and now you gaslighting. You are
I'm not gaslighting.
manipulative.
Uh-uh.
You are manipulative, woman. No, here's the reality of the
I'm
situation.
manipulative. Why you calling me names, sir? I ain't call you no names.
No, I stated a fact. I didn't call you a name.
What fact did you state, sir?
You are manipulative. You are trying to gaslight me and spin me.
No. You said that the man would yell at me. You said me particularly, you gonna yell at me. That he the leader. And that's crazy.
I said a woman like you.
Me, sir. You talking about me. It don't matter like me, not like you talking about me, sir.
The whole point is that if a woman is aggressive towards a man, men
Assertive.
no aggressive. That
That's
man will most likely respond with grace. A lot of women like to keep on pushing it. You know, people like the term taking their kindness for weakness. This is sometimes what women do to men. They think that because men respond with grace that they're just weak. So eventually a man blows. He says, "Man, this is my motherfucking house. Who the fuck you talking to?" Now as soon as he raises his voice, now he aggressive. Now he abusive. He emotional. No, that's a grown ass man, and you're being aggressive towards him. And if another grown man talked to him the way that you talked to him, it would have been a whole issue. So I don't think, yeah, man. Ultimately, for the most part, is the leader of a crib. So some of
no.
y'all
So
just need to learn
when I
some
read
respect.
Northeast, it said that women are expected to be high achievers and emotionally supportive. So the thing is about that, like women, in a lot of ways, are the breadwinners. Women are the ones who like. It's not his fucking house. It's her house, and he got to get out. No. Let me tell you why. And y'all know,
Yeah.
y'all heard this before. When y'all talk about welfare, had the government taking men out the homes. You can't get put out of a home that's your home, sir. Like y'all say that shit religiously.
What are you talking about?
When you heard the talking point, when men be like, because of food stamps and shit, women put the men out the house, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How can a woman put you out the house?
I mean, regardless of whose house it is, I mean that don't really what difference do it make? It you know
No,
the
no, no, no,
money
no, no, no,
aspect.
sir. In order for me to put you out, who house is it?
But what difference does it make?
Because men yelling and screaming, throwing
Oh
tantrums,
my
I'm the
gosh.
motherfucking leader, and they can get put out because it ain't their house. They not the fucking leader. That's the thing.
Okay, but listen, at the end of the day, like if y'all two are in a relationship, if a man and a woman are in a relationship, the leader is the man, regardless
Mm-mm.
of
So hold up.
total
All right.
income.
So listen, he can think what he wants, right? But the fact is, if she say get the fuck out, you gotta go.
Okay.
And I don't know. It's giving. That sound like a leader to you?
I mean, I didn't say not leave, but what I'm saying is if you and a man are in a relationship,
No,
regardless
no,
of
I
who
heard
you
that.
make how
Hold up.
much,
I heard what you said. You said that if a woman and man in a relationship, the man by default is the leader, right?
yes, right.
So my question is, what if it's her house? Can
Then
he
it's
be the
her.
leader of her, hold up. Can he be the leader of her house?
Yes.
Even though he can be put out.
Okay.
That
What's
sound
your
right to
point?
you.
What's
I'm
your
I'm
point?
gonna jump in and say that it's leader and name only. It's like a wish, right? Like if you say it enough times, it'll come true. Like if you say it 3 times, it'll come true, but not in action because you would have your own house. So you actually aren't the leader. That's why you're yelling. I'm the leader. Because a person wouldn't say I'm the leader, he would just put her out if it was his. You would
I
have to have a
mean,
conversation, but that's not what it is. You're arguing because you don't own nothing, and that's why you're
I don't
angry.
I don't think that's completely true.
What's not true
Right?
about it?
Because the first result isn't to just start kicking people out, right? It's a conflict, but does that warrant you to get kicked out? Does that warrant this whole
When
relationship
you
to
at
get
work,
ended?
hold up. And when you at work, why do you say your boss is the leader?
Because he has a higher ranking.
What makes him a higher ranking? Like, what do you mean by that?
He has more experience. He has been appointed to lead the team. He
No,
has been
sometimes people
appointed to
bosses.
manage
No,
the
no,
team
no. You got people who be older than their bosses. Sometimes that's not always the case. What makes him the boss, sir?
because he has more experience and has been
No,
appointed
no,
to
no,
lead.
no. He might not have more experience. That's the thing.
No, he definitely will. That's the thing.
Excuse me, Drake.
What
You don't hold
jobs
up.
are
You
you
don't think.
speaking
Hold
of?
up. You think that everybody who's a boss got more experience than all the people that work under them?
In their business? Yes.
Can we lean into his stupidity for a second? Because he just kind of debunked himself.
Okay, so yeah, please lean into it and let me
Yeah.
know about my
So we're going
stupidity.
off your logic that you assume that the leader has automatic more knowledge, more wisdom, more experience. But if
Right.
you just admitted to yourself that if a man moves into a woman's house and she kicks him out, that would mean that he has no experience in owning a home, paying a
No,
mortgage, being the having his name on something. So that wouldn't automatically propel him into the
that's a
being the
fallacy.
leader
That
because
whoa.
according to
Can we not
you,
speed past that?
he doesn't have shit.
Wait, Tim. You just said because he lives with his woman, that means he has no
You and
credit.
Kara have been
He
talking
has
about how she said, "Get the fuck out my house," and you have to get out her house because it's in her name. You're
right,
not on the lease. You're not on the mortgage.
right.
You don't automatically become the leader. She the leader based off your own stupid ass logic.
No, 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 no. The leader isn't appointed to who owns the home. We're talking about a relationship. You guys keep on
But
going to this,
experience, if you have never owned a home, but you
but
in her home eating up all her kids' snacks, and she tell you to get out, what experience do you think you have over her? Wouldn't she have
okay.
more experience?
But listen, why do you keep assuming that if a man moves in with a woman, that means he's never owned a home before? How does that? How do you
In that
get that?
moment, he ain't got that home. He ain't on that home.
How do
So
you
in
know
that
he doesn't
moment,
have?
he needs to submit to her, the homeowner.
How do you not know that he might not have his own crib? Like you're just
That's
making
the point.
assumptions.
That's the point. He ain't got no place to go. He on
But
her
no, you're making
couch.
assumptions. You're
You
projecting
and Tara's
situations that
entire
you have been in.
conversation was a presumption. You and Tara's entire conversation was a hypothetical.
I think you're projecting your own experiences,
I
like
don't have any
truthfully.
kids, so this is not a projection.
But you have had a man that was eating up your kids'
No,
food.
I don't. I've never lived with a man because y'all are nasty.
It sounds like you projecting that line.
No, you're just assuming that because you learned that word on TikTok, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, you sound bitter.
You sound dumb.
You sound unintelligent.
You sound stupid.
You sound like a low level human
You
being.
sound like you 14 with the mindset of a 7-year-old.
You sound like you
Sound like you don't
35
even
with the
have your
mindset
own.
of a
You
5 year
sound
old.
like the cell phone you talking about right on, like you're on right now, is not even in your name. You sound like you're reporting live from your mom's basement. That's what you sound like.
You know what you sound like?
Hold on, the insults. Trey, you were asking us to explain like several times, over and over, because you don't get it.
Yeah, no, when I first came in, yeah, I
Okay.
want to understand the topic of conversation before I speak. So yeah, I had to understand what's
No,
going on.
you kept saying you still don't get it after Tara explained it to you. I had to go into a hypothetical
I
about
mean,
a living arrangements because you still didn't get it when
okay.
she explained all the regions. So yeah, no.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I did have to ask her because the prompt and the topic of the discussion kind of are a
No,
No,
little
but I
bit
mean, you still
different.
don't get it. What did she say about men in the Northeast? If you get it, or just pick any of the 5 regions and tell me what she said. I read to
I'm gonna
about
tell
the
you
men
what
in
I've
those
gotten from it.
regions.
I'm gonna tell you what I've gotten from it. When she was speaking, it sounded like what she was saying was that these people that are in certain regions have viewpoints that aren't correlating with where they live.
No, no.
my gosh, she slowed the whole conversation down.
I told you he didn't get it. He just wanted to talk about the whole thing so he could fall off on the tangent about men running the household. He didn't understand the
Yeah,
topic and the region stuff. Yeah.
all he wanted to
Oh,
do.
So why is it that a nigga from the Northeast got some Southern ass views? I don't know. But he know
You
that
know
shit
this.
will make me.
Don't you? Don't nah. I don't know what this is. This has got to be lead poisoning or something. This is something different.
No, he came online and heard some shit that sounded good, and he was like, "Shit, I'm rocking with that."
Nah. I,
So what am so what am I missing?
A lot.
I mean,
that
so
y'all need to worry about leading yourselves. You don't need a relationship because you can't take care of yourself. Lead yourself instead
bro,
of
why
worrying
y'all
about
keep
running a
on talking about
relationship or running a
relationship, bro?
household. Take care of yourself.
Up some racks on you right now. Like I ain't worried about no bread, bro. Respectfully,
what
but
did
like,
your
why do
mom
we
make you
keep on
for
talking about
dinner?
relationships?
What did your mom make you for dinner? Did you go upstairs and see what she made you for dinner?
I've been eating my meal prep for the past 5 days. You feel me? I've been going to the gym. I know you
From the
have too,
groceries
right?
that she made?
No,
The
no, no, no.
groceries
From the
she
groceries
bought?
that I bought and cooked. Nah, but let me know. Like, have you
He's in
been
the
What
stall
eating
in
your?
the second
what
Have
is
you
your
been?
shift.
mom making for dinner right
Hold
now?
on, hold on, hold on.
What are you smelling from her
Hold
kitchen
on.
right now?
Have you made your meal prep and went to the gym this week? Cue
What
them
is
up.
your mom
Okay,
making for
okay,
dinner right now, Trey?
okay. Then, okay, then. Let me
The
know.
leader.
Let me know next time you hit
He
the
think
gym.
he about to talk about the leader of the household, but his
Trey,
mama is
I need you to
downstairs.
go make a friend. That's what you need to. Need you to have some friends. We
I'm
know
not
what it
making.
sounds like when a motherfucker ain't got no life. And you home by yourself with that lonely chicken breast and broccoli making it for the whole week. I need you to get some interest. I need you to get some friends or some
That's just
shit.
for lunch though. That's just for lunch though. Don't forget the dinner. You feel me? Clean Alfredo, good ass Alfredo. You feel me? Don't get it fucked up. And good water. Don't get it fucked up. Good water on my fridge with ice. Stop playing with me.
This is sad.
It says I have no community like meal prep in the gym. I tell you.
How does that sound like that? I have no commute, but good
Because that's
habits.
your flex. Your
I
flex is
have
that I
good
meal
habits.
prepped and I went to the gym.
I have good
That's
habits.
a pretty
That's a
sad
good
existence.
flex. That's a good
It's a
flex.
pretty sad existence.
No, that's a good flex though. How is that bad flex?
It's not a flex.
Like y'all not flexing nothing, bro. Y'all flexing bitterness. Yeah, I keep on
We
talking
don't think
crazy.
about flexing about what we ate. We kind of just assume that everybody up here ate and had something they liked.
Yo,
But when
y'all
that's all
brought it
you
up. What
got,
am I? You said you
that's
said
the
what
first
did
thing that
your
comes
you
to
said
your
what did your
mind.
no? You said what did your mom cook you? I said no. Let's stop it. I had good meal prep for the
So
whole week.
you made your
Mom,
meal prep
mama
with your
ain't cook
mom's dishes.
nothing. Like stop playing with
You
me.
dirtied your mama's dishes to make your meal prep.
But ma, these is my dishes. Why do you like
Anyway, Tara,
why
did you
do you
already
even
do the
talk like that?
Midwest?
Like I'm in a
I
good
did Midwest. I
I'm
did
in a
all of
good
them.
I'm in a good penthouse right now. Like I don't know
What
why
was
you
the?
talking like
Ain't no
that.
damn pit.
Shut up.
I wish I could turn my camera on. I promise you'd be hurt if
I
you know I was that.
cannot.
Good
Well, what
penthouse.
did you come
Good
out
ass
thinking about the
view.
Midwest?
Good ass penthouse.
I can go over it.
Tara, I just wanted to say that the mic is in the right place. I don't know what happened, but I'm so excited that the mic is at the bottom of the screen now. This shit
You
lit. I'm on
can,
and off the mic super fast.
y'all can
That
thank
means
TikTok.
so good.
Cause y'all
Good
be
ass
hold
meal
up.
prep.
Y'all be
Good
talking to
ass
me about the
meal prep.
mic. Hold up, sir. Hold up. Y'all be talking to me about the mic like I work in software development for TikTok or something. That shit crazy. Or whatever. Shout out to me, I guess. So Midwest had quiet, benevolent patriarchy.
Good ass
Um,
meal prep. Good ass
sir,
penthouse. Got me
calm
fucked up.
down.
Okay, is he glitching?
I mean
Like
fucked
he
up,
always
man.
glitching. He always glitching. You're right.
Happened.
So
Good
yeah,
ass
for that
water.
one,
My water's
Trey,
filtered. I ain't drinking no
Trey,
tap water like y'all.
Trey. I'm at the drop Trey. He being disruptive. So common traits of the Midwest are gender roles are reinforced through community expectations rather than overt control. Women often manage households but defer decision making to men. Feminism may be seen as disruptive rather than liberatory, and workplace sexism is normalized through subtle microaggressions rather than outright hostility.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
And
It's,
trade on what's going on.
it's interesting how it said the feminism movement is a distraction. That's funny.
Fuck that. I had good ass meal prep.
What
What you
in
had to
the
eat today?
hell is happening?
Yo, Tam, what you had to eat today?
What is he still going on about meal prep and some Alfredo?
I was going to say the Midwest sounds like that the women are policing women around there when it says that the community kind of keeps things in check. It's that societal expectation, and that's why it gets to be benevolent because the women are checking the women. And if you were a feminist woman, it sounds like you would be ostracized or you'd be considered a deflector.
Did it go into depth about like education levels in each region, Sarah?
No, it didn't have all that. Just at the norm because I think it's important to understand that like we talking about patriarchy and patriarchal views, and a man that's well educated can still believe he's supposed to be the leader of the household.
I
A
was
lot of
more or
times,
less thinking about the women's education.
only
What do
one
y'all
that
have
kind of
against
covered
with a
that.
man being a
Hold
leader though?
up, the Northeast talked about like high achievement, not specifically education though.
That's interesting. I've learned a little bit while being on this app as far as like
Yo, word of my mother, I just got it. It says your views differ based on location, like not your stream views, like your political views, nigga.
I know you fucking lying.
I can't, yo. Ooh wee.
I
Ooh.
mean, bro, that shit is misleading. You on TikTok, that shit makes you think your views. Like I'm thinking you're saying your views are
Oh,
coming
we can go
from
through.
where
We
you're
can go
located
through.
at.
All right, whatever. We can go through. Talking about how women views based on the regions. We'll start off with the South, right? Which is a traditional religious culture. So when, many women believe submission is a virtue, not oppression. Patriarchy is often seen as God ordained. Being a good wife and mother is equated with moral worth and divine purpose. Feminism is distrusted and framed as anti-family or sinful. Internalized misogyny may manifest as policing other women. For example, you're not wife material if fill in the blank. And a growing minority of younger women use platforms like TikTok to deconstruct Southern Belle conditioning, but may face backlash. Shout out to the younger women in the South. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
shout
I
out to
think
that.
them.
about
Word of my mother,
saying,
shout out to them.
hold up, y'all.
Clap it up for them.
um, the Northeast Liberal Academic Center. Um, women. So feminism is more openly embraced, especially in cities like New York or Boston. Women may support equality politically, but still navigate male-dominated workspaces and social circles. There's a pressure to lean in and achieve like a man, but still manage domestic duties. Some may downplay misogyny to maintain professional relationships, mistaking survival for success. And YT women may dominate feminist spaces, while black and brown women still are being silenced.
Are y'all feminists?
The Midwest has like a quiet, family-oriented culture, so traditional roles are often seen as comforting or
Is that a
respectable.
yes?
Perspective. Feminism is often associated with conflict. So many women adopt a choose your battles approach. The good girl culture rewards politeness and supportiveness, and even if it means downplaying discomfort or abuse. Older generations may view feminism as over or unnecessary because of perceived equality in voting and jobs. And shout out to the younger women who are quietly pushing back through social media and educational spaces.
I got a question.
Hold on, real quick. So the West Coast has more progressive New Age culture. Many identify as feminists or feminist adjacent, especially in coastal cities like LA, Portland, and San Francisco. There's a growing awareness of emotional labor, gaslighting, and narcissism, but not always the tools to resist them. Spirituality can blur lines. Some women confuse patriarchal for divine order or embrace soft submission as empowerment. Women may feel empowered to speak up, but are still burdened with the emotional work of healing men. Feminism here is often commodified manifestation cultures and goddess circles without systematic critique. And the Southwest, which is Latinx and immigrant influence culture, many women uphold family hierarchy and obedience as cultural pride, not oppression. Respect for men and elders may mean tolerating machismo or emotional neglect. Speaking out is often seen as disrespectful, especially in multi generational households. Younger Latinas are increasingly vocal on TikTok and YouTube about breaking generational curses but struggle with guilt. And there's often a split identity reclaiming heritage without rejecting sexism norms. And then they say the difference between the rural and the urban, that urban women have more access to feminist communities, therapy, education, and social resistance strategies, while women in rural areas often face tighter social circles, religious pressure, and economic dependence that can suppress dissent.
That tracks.
Not you. Your whole shit got read out based on where you located is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's interesting because a lot of times when the conversation come around free will, the question is, do we actually have free will? If our behaviors, our thoughts and behaviors can be basically identified based on where we from, how much of our identity is our own?
Yeah.
That's a dumb question, bro. Because keep it a buck. Like, you still make your own choices every day despite what's going on around you.
Pray, gonna do what that lady tell him to do.
I had to let him go, y'all.
Thank you. You
It
ain't got
was
no other option.
Too much.
his father. He not gonna see them people till Monday, and he want attention so bad. Can't be here, man. Lord. But don't y'all think that's interesting though?
It is, and I think that's why social media poses such a threat to some of our legislators because people are starting to be exposed to the way that different regions think.
Now there's the thing about that, right? We could say that social media is or it was because the thing is, a lot of these large platforms they mess with the algorithm.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, we know it's influenced,
Thank you, Les.
but that goes back to what you just said was how much of our thoughts are actually ours. Because even with social media, on top of regional influence, you're being fed certain things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the man leading the household kind of didn't make sense to me. Because now I've heard my stepfather say that shit before, but it really didn't mean nothing because he clearly wasn't. Like he clearly wasn't. And maybe because it's interesting when he said like women like me, that's what men will say. They'll like assert that that's their position, but it don't really mean anything. And the way I envision that is, if y'all are familiar with the field trips, I've said this before. Sometimes they take the little kids over to the fire station, right? And the kids line up and they take turns getting in the driver's seat of the fire truck. So the kids get in that seat and they put the hat on them. They be like, vroom, vroom, I'm a firefighter, right? And then the next kid got to go. When they throw a tantrum, they be like, no, I'm a firefighter. They like, you ain't really no firefighter. Get the fuck down. And they get mad like, I'm a fucking firefighter. Like, that's what I hear when these niggas be like, I'm the leader.
Oh, like I said, it's nothing that you would actually say because it's an action. It's an action, right? It's something that you do. It doesn't matter how many times you say it. It doesn't make it true. It's literally an action. That's all that it is. There will be no words that you can say that's going to convince me you're a leader. Simply actions. That's it.
But I meal prep, Dark Horse.
No, that nigga dumb.
Oh.
Trey is dumb. When he said, "What is he missing?" I wanted to say a million connections in his brain because he just lost.
That was weird.
Drika,
Mm.
you still there?
That girl in another life. I guaranteed it.
No, she probably rolling. Where you going?
Now I'm right here. Y'all wrong for that.
I ain't saying nothing. Did you want to say something?
I had dozed off. I'm sorry.
Mm.
Yeah, I
I
apologize.
I did, but I can tell you this. I agree with whatever y'all said to Trey. Whatever y'all said, y'all right.
I
Hey.
believe you apologize because you're from the south.
We apologize down here. We be sorry as hell.
We are. We are. I'm working on it. I still say it every day.
But I think this is important because I swear it blows my mind when when I talk to somebody and they be like, no, men's supposed to be like this and women's supposed to be like that. And I be like, where the fuck is you from? Like, where's you from that you think everybody's supposed to be the same? But I also think that it's interesting how patriarchy exists everywhere and it looks different. Like, yeah, it clocks. The overt ones, are in certain places and these covert niggas in other places. But it's still the same thing. Which is why I think the parallels are really important because if you pay attention to what the quote unquote progressive man saying, he sounds just like the red pillar.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga still wants you to give up coochie and have babies.
Correct.
Some
That's
niggas
all
still,
regions.
it looked the same. But it's interesting how because like to me it's the fight against misogyny looks just like the fight against racism. And like I think more people need to look into like the culture's response when racism got popularized in the 50s. There was a lot of people like like y'all overreacting. This ain't no racism. I ain't racist. This how it's always been. Like you calling me names or whatever. Like these people do not like this. Like and those were the overt. They the outright racist or whatever. And then you got the other ones like, oh shit, I said something wrong. Let me do some PC. Like, let me say it the right way now. But they didn't undo their views, right? They probably didn't go to the cross burning, right? But they definitely didn't vote for your ass. And they definitely made sure that them resources came to their community. Like, but it's the same thing. And what Mia said earlier about the devil you know, it makes me think like which one is better, right? Because we've been talking about that since we doing a red pill assessment that these coverts will fuck your life up because you don't. It take you so long to pick up on it, and by the time you pick up on it, like you already got a baby by this nigga. Like he got mail coming to the house. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather the one that's right in my face opposed to the West Coast one that blends in and is like, yeah, I'm a feminist. I'm like all those things, but low key they got their own agenda.
I don't believe you, Tam.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you.
And why is that?
I don't. You telling me you would choose the nigga who you need to submit to me.
No, I'm saying I would. I'm not submitting no nigga.
Oh, no, no,
But
no, 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 no. But when you say you prefer, that's who you talking about. You talking to the ones that say, "Oh, women submit."
no, I'm saying I would prefer the one that's outward with they bullshit, so I would know how to navigate. Because you just said like if you get the one that's covert.
Conversation. I'm talking about like the men in your life, even if it's not a relationship, right? Family, your workplace, or whatever. The ones who are overt, it's easy to pick up on that. And I wonder, like, maybe being from the South, and that's the like it's so normalized. And again, grain of salt, like it's gonna look different in different places. But like, if you see that all the time, is it gonna be harder for you to clock it? Like I know progressive niggas full of shit because I grew up around them motherfuckers. I know they full of shit, and I don't need you to say to me some red pill talking point for me to realize that you fucking red pill. Like I know it. Like y'all niggas full of shit. And the thing is, they won't say submission, but they'll play games with you and they'll talk to you a certain way, and essentially, you'll be in a relationship where you are being submissive. It can be at work, right? A lot of times people like Sam, we be thinking we safe because we ain't in a relationship, but it could be at work. And the submission could be like, oh, you're not like talking as much. Like this man taking control, and you're like, all right, you just go along with it. It could be you doing extra work around, like you picking up the slack for people, even if it's subtle. Like it happens.
But that's why I'm thinking of my VP, right? He would be considered a West Coast like liberal, vegan, feminist, person, but he don't do shit. Brings nothing to the table of work. Can't even delegate properly. Doesn't know how to have a backbone. Like beyond, below, actually, more like just subpar.
You remedial.
Damn near. You can't go to him and say, hey, I need you to make an executive decision on XYZ, right? It's just not going to get done. But he the first white tea man to speak up in meetings about diversity, equity, inclusion, and, blah, 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 right? That's what I think of when I think of, like, that. But I know the beast I'm getting there. I know how to navigate that bullshit. I know how to manipulate that bullshit and getting what I need, the budgeting I need to get the projects done that I need.
All right, now stay there for a second. Because what I just heard you say is this mediocre dude or this remedial dude, he more quiet with his shit, but you know how to navigate him. And you still telling me that you prefer the overt.
The reason I prefer that is because I can get what I need out of that because there's typically financial backing. And I'm not even talking about just corporate America.
No, what I'm saying is, would you know how to get something out of the overt? Like, would you be able to, like, he's saying shit is pissing you off. Would you go off on him? Or would you like, oh, okay, this time I'll play it?
I don't think I have. I think there's a slight.
Don't say that word. You ain't got the what?
Huh?
You better say patience.
Yeah.
You You ain't got the patience for that shit, Tam. That's what I'm saying. It sound good, y'all. It sound good. Like I prefer the overt one. I prefer the one that's gonna say the thing, so I know. You ain't got the patience, right? You about to be out of a job. You about to have some charges on your record. Like you about to be in trouble with that overt motherfucker because you ain't got the patience for it.
But
So I'm
also,
saying,
beyond patience, there's a slight level of like excitement with the manipulation battle. You know what I mean?
between who?
Like me and the West Coast vibe, right? I like that. It's almost like a tennis match. You
So
know,
which
like
one?
we volley. But
So which?
but
My
when it
bad.
comes to the Southeast one, it's not going to be a volley. It's going to be me slamming it on the other side because it's like you're not even a worthy adversary at this point. Am
So
I making?
Tam, I want you to be honest with yourself, Tam.
I am.
Which one do you prefer?
I like the manipulation volley of the West.
Do you prefer the covert?
I think isn't that over? Isn't that the one that? Well, oh no, you're right. Covert. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, so the covert is the one that
Thank
mask
you,
and
Lady
hide.
Q. Lady Q summed it up for me because I was losing the words. I like intellectually dominating. I like the volume. I like the manipulation. Like, ooh, okay, that was a good one. Now I'm gonna get your ass back. But with the Southeast, you ain't getting that shit with them at
That's
all.
that's what I'm saying. I think it sounds good to be like I like the one, especially when you talk about racism. I like him right in my face. I can like I know who I'm working with, but sometimes the covert is more fun. The
It's
fact
more
that
fun.
he's hiding it, and he think you don't see it. And this
Right.
cat and mouse game, you prefer that. So when you said
Right.
no, I prefer to be in your face. I'm gonna be like, hell no, Tam. Now
I
some
see what
people
you're saying
may.
now. It's like, and plus, I grew up with it all in my face. Like, I went to school with people wearing Confederate flag sweatshirts. It's not fun anymore. Like, they fold so quickly, they wouldn't bust a grape. But that one on the West Coast, though, oh, you think you smarter? Okay, like
Yeah, so the
that's
person who dropped him was overt dumb, right? Nobody thought it was entertaining because he's overt dumb. We want a better op, which means we want somebody who's covert. We want to pick them apart. We want to
right.
see if we can find a lie. So yeah, it's the covert that's the better challenge.
Yes, there we go. Yes.
Yeah, cause I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna prefer covert every day. I'm gonna choose covert every day.
I see what you're saying now. I like it. Challenge accepted. Right, Lady Q. But oh, okay, let's go for it. But like, it's a little
Because
bit more.
you get to press the covert. So you get to make them stand on all the things they're saying. Oh, you support women? Oh, you believe in this? Show me how that looks. What do you do? What can I get you to do?
And sometimes
Huh?
they
Oh,
show
you said you're gonna put your money into this? Oh, okay, show me, put that money behind these women based whatever.
yes, and
Support
they be
that. You know, why you live at home? Are you washing dishes? Are you you feeding the baby? You changing diapers? Like I want to see this in action, my guy, because you're so liberal. Like you want to press them for it, press them for the action, and when you put too much pressure on them, they're gonna fold. And be like, yeah, that's what I thought. You ain't no goddamn feminist. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because these progressive dudes is the reason why I'm like, no, all these niggas fucked up. And when I say it, I be fucking meaning it. Like, you know how many motherfuckers you dissect, and that's you finally get it. Like, oh, that's what you doing, bitch. Like, I think when you used to people saying stuff outright, like it's hard to dissect things, right? Just like for me, I like to dissect, and I don't have patience for a motherfucker who just wanna like just give it away. Like, no, I like puzzles and shit. It's not emotionally, it's not stimulating, not mentally stimulating enough. And I think
Mm, yes.
that's just the honest the truth. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm not
I
even
like.
talking about. It's not always a relationship. It's like
yeah,
you said, Tam, can I get some shit out of you at work?
exactly.
Yeah, like you can mask the shit, nigga. Watch me mask better. Like that's the honest part of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
Mhm.
like.
Next thing you
Y'all
know,
can.
he's signing the Cooper contract for 25K. Thank
The,
you.
the coverts are the ones who'll give you lots of praise, lots of compliments. I
Yeah.
support you. You're doing a great job. And you're like, I'm doing a great job. I'm gonna keep working even harder. What have you. It's just to get you to do more work. And
Mm-hmm.
over it would be like, you need to do more so and so, point blank.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna tell you to do more or say you ain't doing a good enough job. The covert gonna be like, no, I support you. Let me know how I can help. I can send you
Mm-hmm.
resources, all that kind of stuff. But it's still to get you to do the thing. They're not gonna come in and actually help you. They're not gonna actually put their own work and labor to use. They're not gonna do it.
But
And
they
they
be
in your
good.
personal life the same way. I support you, honey. Absolutely. Whatever you into, I can support you. All right. Well, Saturday, I want to go to a seminar to learn more on small businesses. Oh, too bad. I got a meeting schedule. Already got something set up. But I got you next time because you know I support you. Like it's always covert. It's not going to outright be me. You just gotta. It's just yeah.
And that's okay with me, Dark Horse, because even if it was a relationship or a corporate relationship, right? Yeah, I need this certification. Da, 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 you need to pay for it, blah, blah, blah. Guilt. I'm a guilt. I'm a guilt tripper. And I'm going to get what I need. I don't need you to be there. I don't need you to be at the graduation. I don't need you to be there at the certification crowning. Just give me what I need.
Yep. That's what us women gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
Is male led. That's one thing all the regions had in common. No matter what Tara read, it was still I'm eating ice. Just so rude. How about I stop eating ice? What the all regions had in common is that the men were still in leadership.
And I like that. Sit up there and pretend like you do.
The way you say you like that is crazy. Tam is embracing it, y'all, and I love it.
I learned a long time ago. I said, I'm going to let you believe what you want to believe. And I'm going to milk you for everything you got. Thank you.
No, I love that. I love it. I love the self awareness of it all too. I could I get you can act dog horse. I be excited. I be excited. Like damn, I found one. I get so excited. Like pulling a mask off of a covert is fucking checkmate. I'm telling you that I don't know what it is about a motherfucker come in talking about what's up ladies I support what y'all got going on over
Queens.
here. I support what y'all got going on over here. And then like 2 minutes later, fuck y'all bitches. I be like, yes, I love it. Like he's trying to call me names that like hurt my feelings, but I feel so fucking satisfied in the moment. It don't matter what he say. I'm just saying, like, I love him. Listen, that I'm not safe when I come to y'all spaces, y'all, cause y'all faithful show up all the time. I want to fuck with him. That's the one I want to fuck with. I'm just saying. Y'all like, oh, that's Leon. He over here all the time. He cool. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to get Leon ass. I'm just saying. That's my toxic trait, y'all. I love clocking the covert. I love that shit. Them niggas who say don't know how to like they just saying whatever. They don't give a fuck. Whatever. All right, mask up. Whatever.
Right. Those are the ones I block and I disengage from. Because it's like, you're not
Ain't
fun.
blocking nobody because they still a template. I still need the template to see what I'm looking for.
I
They
just
give me
try
all
to.
that's the answer sheet. Like I gotta know what I'm looking for.
I remove them out the way because I'm like, you're going to use a word improperly. You don't know how to spell. You probably haven't even bathed. Like, they're just
But
not worthy.
that's information though, Tam. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm anti-block. You know what I'm saying? You gonna block me, I ain't gonna block you. What I'm saying is you gonna come out and say all the things, and I know that other nigga think the same way, but he not gonna say it. So how am I gonna know what to look for? Like how am I supposed to know that that man think that he the leader just because if he not saying it, if I ain't hear you say it? Like they both valuable. That's what I'm saying.
I guess the way I look at it as I try to, I'm
Lady
in
Q,
real life.
Lady Q. I just said I don't block people, and I'm about to take that shit back, Lady Q. She fucking with me, y'all.
Oh,
What you saying, Tam?
no, I'm saying in real life, if I can't get something from you as a man, like if you're a man and I can't get nothing from you, if I can extract nothing from you, especially like a finance or some sort of level up, then I discard you. So I
No,
think
that's what.
I've moved that into social media as well.
That's the thing. I don't listen. You could be minding your business and can't do nothing for me. I still want to fuck with you. Like I don't. You don't have to have nothing. You wasn't bothering nobody. You was crying because your uncle died. And here I come in being problematic. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. What's up, Liz?
Hi. No, I am the same way. As soon as someone's like, "Oh yeah, no, he's cool. We're cool with him." I'm like, "We'll see. Just wait."
I'm gonna be honest, Liz. I can't stand the YTs though. I can't stand them. Like something about the YTs. It's easily clockable in them. It ain't fun no more.
Like, you mean like racism wise?
No, we talking about the patriarch. Even patriarchal thinking it's easy clockable in them. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
it's like the maybe it's that tone or something. Just like I be like, all right, you clearly lying. This ain't fun no more. I don't
So
know.
I'm curious, how is it? So if we're talking in terms of patriarchy, what is it about the YTs? You're talking about men. I'm assuming, is more clockable
So
than
one thing,
people who aren't white.
they're not used to being challenged that way. One,
Mm.
so like they crash out faster. And when they have to like actually share their thoughts, it comes out easier. At least so I think. I think men who don't get that level, like people don't respond to them automatically. Like they gotta learn the lingo. They gotta learn how to make it look good, smell good, whatever. But it's like it comes so easy to them that whenever they get challenged, it's too easy. I don't know.
Oh,
It's a
interesting. I could see that. Yeah, I could totally see that.
Am I the only one who feel that way? I can't. I say it every time they show. I'm like, Lord, I can't stand the YTs.
Those the ones I like to use a little bit more because they submit faster. Because especially as a black woman, like you can get a lot more from that. That guilt, that YT guilt, they really play into, and I like to play into it with them.
And I think that might be different because you talking about getting resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, Liz, did you want to say something else?
No, I agree with you, but that is interesting that you say that because now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I think you might absolutely be right about that.
My favorite is broke niggas. Let me just say that. I don't know what it is. I ain't gonna. That's what I'm saying. I can't. And you ain't getting no resources from them broke niggas. That's what I'm saying. It's like y'all gotta watch the mating game so y'all can learn about the spider. Um, the spiders ain't shit. I'm just gonna say that. But what's that? The field spider, whatever
Yeah,
it's
one more
called.
time to bring up that damn spider.
The dustiest of the animals is a fucking spider. Doc was tired of my shit. I don't know. We were talking about the different regions and how people think different based on where they what regions they came from. And I thought it was interesting because it's like it kind of goes into the conversation about free will. And if you like, oh, my views do align with the region I'm from, I'm wondering how much free will do we actually have?
So, what are the like? Can you give an example?
Oh, we went through the whole list.
Well, yeah, no, I'm
I
not
said,
asking you to
rep
give an
your
example.
region, Liz. What's your
I'm
region?
pulling up.
So, well, I'm from the Northeast,
All right, so
but I
I'll
don't live
read
there.
it.
Okay.
So the Northeast has this liberal academic culture. Hold on, this was the one for women. I want to go back to the one we have for men. Um, give me a second. Northeast, dominant form of liberal patriarchy. Men support progressive causes but still dominate leadership positions. Woke male allies may weaponize feminism for social capital. Women are expected to be high achievers and emotionally supportive. And patriarchy disguises itself as equality through tokenism and performative progress.
Yep, I can totally see that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
No,
and
what the
especially,
hell are you talking about, East? What?
oh yeah, we do that. Yes, we do.
I'm the top. I'm gonna knock these out.
Yeah, I grew up drinking water from the tap, and like that, anywhere I've lived besides the Northeast, they don't do that. Um, yeah, but like my hometown where I grew up, like, is the most it's like almost a parody of itself. It's so performatively like progressive and liberal. They changed all the sidewalks to be rainbows, like, like the crosswalks that are normally just like striped with like the white lines. They're now all rainbows. Like, because that was what the budget needed to be spent on. Like, I mean, cool, I guess, like, nothing wrong with it, but it's just like seems odd that was like, got to make that a priority.
Imagine being harassed on a rainbow sidewalk. That's crazy. Weird.
Yeah, and like literally the church in my town is, they don't have, like, the church shifted to like cater more towards the population, and they don't have vacation Bible study anymore. They literally call it social justice camp. And it's just like, I mean, yeah, like, listen, I'm not pro church in any way. I'm an atheist and an anti-theist, but it's just like, it just seems like you are like playing to whatever the audience like wants. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, you want this? Like, well, I guess we're social justice camp now. It's just like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
My question is, who would you rather debate? A motherfucker from Vacation Bible School or one of them social camp niggas?
Probably the social camp.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, like, I don't. Thing is like, men from all across the political spectrum hate women, right? Like, but yeah, in different ways, and sometimes in more like, but like at the end of the day, I don't think any of them necessarily hate us any more than anyone else, than any other man does.
I mean, yeah, it come up out of them in different ways, and that's why I'm always saying like the importance of the parallels to see that like it's not that this one is more than the other. They saying the same thing just in different ways. They feel the same exact way. So yeah, I definitely agree. Because that shit is global.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, not talking about the water.
Yeah.
Yo, when you got to put a filter on your house when you build it in Florida, they don't even want you to bathe in that shit. That shit's scary. I got a lot of family down here. Everybody got a filtration system on their house. I'm like, damn, I can't wash my hands in this shit. I know you fucking lying. Without a filter on it. So yeah, it's like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's crazy.
Um. Yeah, it depends on the municipality you're in too, but like a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's like extreme weather a lot, so the water systems get contaminated through that.
So the question I asked him, Trey couldn't answer that shit. Trey couldn't answer no question. Um, my question is, as we see these views, and I don't know when it comes to like the ones that people are like speaking out the loudest against is the ones we see from the south, which is these overt red pill, tread wife, like blatantly in your face, like talking points. Do y'all see that like maybe over time because diversity isn't embraced online like it's supposed to be, that like we'll have more conformity across the country? Now you good eat water important.
That's interesting. Um, it definitely could shift things, but in terms of these regions, though, because like, do people in New Mexico really think the same as like is are these like dividing lines necessarily accurate? Because like, okay, so people in Wyoming think the same as people in California?
But no, so here's the thing: it's not that because it's not gonna be like, oh, you from this region, this is what it is, and it can't be anything else. Because we was also talking about how it's different in rural areas versus urban areas, no matter what state you're in.
Right.
But it's just like the probability of it. It's more likely that you have these type of views, mainly because the education systems are different, the politics are different, and even though it's a country, there are cultural norms in different parts of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, the textbooks, things you can talk about. Um, I don't know. I just my question is like, how is this going to impact people's views over time? That's all. Because some of these motherfuckers, some of these men from shit the northeast, the west coast, they encountered some of this southern shit, and they love it. They ain't gonna let that shit go. They like, yeah, men are protectors and providers, absolutely, and women are supposed to submit. Hey Eve.
Hey y'all.
Kind of
I
bun.
Hey y'all. I was just about to say, yeah, it's I think it's the textbooks too. Cause didn't we at one point in time all of the people in the United States had the same textbooks, and then something happened in like the 80s or something or the 70s, and then we don't have the same textbooks anymore. Like we all used to do the same exact learning. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like something happened where we all had the same textbooks. Like the people in Texas, people in New York, everybody had the same history textbooks, the same social studies textbooks. And then it changed to where people did like school choice and stuff.
I'm
That,
not sure exactly.
yeah, that makes sense, but I don't know specifically. Like,
I think I remember reading something about it because Florida and Texas, um, you know how we do. We was the first people to say we don't want our children learning from the same textbook as people in New York, and we've been changing the school system slowly for the past like 30, 40 years to the point where like we don't have to follow the Board of Education anymore.
Yeah, I
And
was gonna say, I feel like that came from the DOE. I feel like that was an aspect of the DOE back then, but then they removed that regulation of textbooks.
right, there was something about the textbooks. I remember.
Texas and Florida specifically used McGraw Hill, and they still do, but McGraw Hill is actively going through a lawsuit right now for incorrect history, like in their textbooks. So,
oh really? Oh, that's interesting.
yes,
Yeah.
McGraw Hill. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be a thing with competition, but it's just like I think one of the ways we more commonly aware of is like if we talk about the difference between a blue state and a red state. Like we say it all the time. But a blue state in one region could be similar but different, and then one in another state, another part of the country or whatever.
We sure it's not the water? Because remember, I told you we got brain eating amoebas down here. I'm telling you, it's got to be something in the water, something.
It's funny you bring up the schools and like education because I believe out of the top 10, maybe even 15 schools or states in the country for K through 12 education, isn't it that orange and the blue that have the most states in both of those or in the top within the top 15?
Massachusetts definitely has the highest testing scores in
Yeah,
all of the
they're number
United States.
one, and they've been
Yeah.
consistent for like years. But I know Virginia's
Uh,
top 10. I
Um,
know
Maryland
California.
is actually pretty high, but not the whole state. I don't know how that works out in Massachusetts or whatever, but it's like, um,
New Jersey is always top 3.
That's where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's because like down at the point where the girls get naked. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that. I don't know
where
why.
the next season at? Damn, but
They're
go
I
going
ahead.
through a
know.
lawsuit. There probably won't be a season.
Down in the south, I think it's because it's less cultural diversity, and then up north maybe there's more cultural diversity. It's kind of like when you go to college and you get exposed to more people. But then again, the Midwest, some parts of the Midwest is pretty like blue up there, right? Don't they got blue spots?
Yeah, Illinois.
Yeah,
Um,
Minnesota has high
Minnesota.
schools. I think they're top 10 for K through 12 as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
And I know they redid the curriculum in a lot of the southern states, a couple Midwest states. What that? What's that man name? The guy, part of the 2025 guy.
Oh,
I can't remember that man name. But he had redid the curriculum for a couple of states. I can't remember the name of the states. Damn, names be lost on me, but I will say that that guy who was on Trumpism before the election from Project 2025, he did a couple of states curriculum, which I think is very interesting.
Well, in like something like 46 out of 50 states, or maybe even 48, they've passed regulations banning so-called critical race theory. So that's not so like, that's the vast majority of states. And like, what does that even mean? Because you can just like anything that I guess would be too critical of white people in history, like you could just say, well, that's critical, like label it critical race theory, and then you're not allowed to teach about it anymore. And that's, I mean, that transcends political boundaries. It transcends, like, if it's that many states that are doing that.
Yeah, they pick and choose because essentially, labor unions, like almost nobody learns about labor unions.
Yeah, African American Studies and what is it, Islander Pacific Asian Studies, and those two used to be considered credit for your what is it? You have that sociology points towards your major, and then it's no longer a main point. They used to consider it. Used to be
And
able
that
to
was
take.
elective.
Right, exactly. Now it's an elective.
I
It's
took
just
I took an African American psychology course taught by a coon. That was interesting.
I'm hollering.
I
Are you
wanted to
talking about
take.
East in Florida specifically?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Florida. Yeah, it's no
Yeah.
longer counted towards a credit. It's just an elective. And I wanted to take the African American Studies class too, but it was being taught by a white woman, and I was like, ooh.
That's strange.
That's odd
Oh,
as fuck.
they usually be taught by white women though. They usually be taught down
Really?
here.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
When
Look,
That is so strange to me.
We just really
where
want
the
to center ourselves in
HBCUs at?
everything.
Lord, please.
Right. I went to HBCU. We took African diaspora 1, 2, and
Mm-hmm.
3, and it was always a black man. But
What's
then
that?
Yeah.
I had took one Western or no Eastern civilization course, which was about like the Ming Dynasty and all of that, and it was actually taught by a man from Korea.
Was it HBCU?
Yeah.
They don't play. They don't play about who teaching their stuff. But yeah,
Right.
there's a mandatory. It's mandatory to get the degree from the HBCU that you take these African studies. But even outside of those, like somewhat electives, they had like a African American. When I was doing nursing, it was like medical disparities in the black community course, like amongst African Americans, like they put an African American spin on all that shit. I'm
Mm-hmm.
surprised they ain't figured out black math. Anything.
Truly.
They're not playing around on
Truly, even
HBCUs, ma'am.
marketing, even marketing. When I
Hmm.
took that MH, it was from a black standpoint. It was like once you get into the boardrooms of marketing, this is how you can influence. Like, watch these type of ads. That's why these ads are like that. That's why they promote things like that. Like, I couldn't imagine.
Yes, it still
Well,
gives me some joy and some hope. I love it.
the only time I really started like learning and understanding history, like truly, was when I started reading books like about how, for example, there's a couple books that I've read like that are from the perspective of like how everything since the beginning of US history and all of the things, all of the problems that we have today, like everything can be traced back to racism, and here's how it can be traced back to racism. And that would be considered a very much like aligned with critical race theory, I guess, book. But like I don't feel like I ever truly understood what this country was or what it was about until I started looking at it from that perspective. So like in a way, I think like everyone should learn from that perspective, right? But like, of course, that's now illegal in most places.
Even in corporate.
I took a critical race theory in education course taught by this this white woman at a Catholic college, and that was my favorite class because I gave them people hell.
Yes.
I love that class, y'all, because I was the only black person in there, and I listen. I had fun. I had so much fun. One time the teacher thought she had me, cause she had did a little video where all the people at the same line, and at the end they talk about privilege, all the black people in the back and the white people in the front, and the whatever. And she like, look, they who did look like they're towards the middle. I said, oh, light skinned people, oh, colorism. I'm like, no, bitch, I'm not impacted that. Like, no, you thought you had me. Y'all, I gave them people hell, y'all. I gave them people hell. I loved it.
I
I'm
used to
just
teach a DEI course before it got discontinued, of course. But one of my favorite exercises used to be switching the course room and having white students go to the back, and the black students or minorities come to the front. And I would do the whole first like half of the term like that. I remember I took a corporate course towards diversity just because I needed to get some credits towards a certification I wanted. And it was a white T woman teaching DEI, and I gave her hell that whole time. And then she had like a what they call as a teacher assistant in the course, and he was from India, and I could understand him. Other people could understand him, and she had the audacity to fix her lips when I asked, like, why isn't he teaching the course? Because he always seemed to know more than her, right? He would, oh well, actually, well, you know how they interject. And she was like, well, a lot of people can't understand him. I said, and do you think that you're the best person to be teaching this course? A whitey woman with whitey privilege teaching diversity, equity, and inclusion in a corporate setting? Weird.
I'm sorry. When you said fix our lips, I couldn't get past Mia saying paper cutters. But go ahead.
But yeah, I like those courses when it's someone that has no right, no, it just doesn't make sense. Teaching that course is like, give them hell, like eat them up, and then give some survey feedback and eat them up even more.